Yo, it's your boy Coinstock back at it again, stuffing these duffel bags and collecting that cheddar. Before we begin, please, don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a friend trying to educate you. Whoo, brothers. All right, today we're going to be talking about, really, the Kronos chain for real. And some news that's been surrounding around that. But before we do all that, follow my Twitter, all right? I mean, come on now. You know, you've been watching my videos for a while. I know who you are, right? Now, we're not really going to be talking about MMF today, although, previous string of videos, it's been about the ecosystem of MMF. Here and there were some, strays like, elephant money or just like other, like for instance, darkness or dark crypto finance. But today we're going to be talking about Chrono. So give this a follow and let's just get into the video for real. All right. So Chronos, right? So let's scroll all the way up. All right. So Chronos, great blockchain. Love it. But it is missing a few things like a steadfast bridge, dark crypto is having darkness right here, right? Which darkness is building its like a Kronos chain's native stable coin, right? But you would see that there's not a whole lot of, for instance, GameFi projects or like other projects porting into Kronos. It seems like the majority of projects are just Kronos base, or they're just like stepping into the game like Kronos and Avalanche, cross chain projects, right? Well, I mean, here's some bullish news for you, right? So let's go ahead and look at it. So Kronos has announced, we are thrilled to announce Kronos Play, a modular suite of developer tools and services to streamline Web3 game development on Kronos. As a first milestone, Kronos Play is integrating with ChainSafe's gaming SDK supporting Unity engine. Now, Kronos Play is actually pretty significant within its own right. The Kronos, Crypto.com as a whole is actually trying to integrate gaming into, GameFi really, into its blockchain. But it's more than that, because the Kronos chain is a EVM blockchain. It's an Ethereum virtual machine blockchain, but not only that, it's built with Cosmos SDK, which has inter-blockchain communication, so it could also communicate with other Cosmos blockchains. So not only Ethereum, but Cosmos blockchains as well. So think of Polygon, blah blah blah, yada yada, BNB. You get the picture. All of these blockchains that can communicate with Kronos. Now, I've heard that Kronos is the only blockchain with this the first one at least, but the only blockchain with this type of capability. But who knows? So here's the website for Kronos Play, right? So you can look through all of these. There's the Kronos bridge. Hopefully MM Finance is talking about having its own bridge, so hopefully it'll have a tab in here too. But you could start building your game on Kronos today, and you could get started, learn more. And there's tons of benefits like multi-platform support, scale-up adoption, global reach, highly scalable, interoperable. You get the point. Well, especially interoperable because of the inter-blockchain communication protocol with Cosmos, right? Now, here's some bit of news I saw on Twitter too. Well, the Kronos team is excited to join PBW Summit. Well, Timsit, right? He's having a blockchain week master stage. He's going to be, might as well tune in on April 13th. And that's the time slot. But he also talked about, let's actually look at Timsit first. So, he's done a whole bunch of stuff here recently, but things that kind of caught my eye was that he was a member of European Union's Digital Finance MiCA task force, and he was also the chief revenue officer, Crow, which is befitting on Consensus, and he's been at that for about 5 years, but now he is the managing director of Kronos Chain and Particle B Accelerator. And Particle B Accelerator is a blockchain startup accelerator instead of a general business. It's mainly just for blockchain startups. So onboarding new projects, really getting in, trying to, put the foot in the door and bring them onto Kronos, right? So he had a news article, and it talks about talking Web3, GameFi, and DeFi with Ken Timsit, and managing director at Kronos Chain. And honestly, it had some pretty illuminating stuff. So let's look at it. All right, so here it is. Here's the interview right here. So Ishan Pandey, I know I'm like butchering that. He said DeFi is slowly emerging as the primary site for financing with a net amount of over 250 billion locked in. How can we effectively build a bridge between DeFi and NFT sectors? And Ken said, we have barely scratched the surface. If I own an NFT, I want to be able to use it as collateral while I borrow cryptocurrencies against it. There's a protocol for that. For example, NFTFi, PondFi, Trust NFT, or Arcade. If this NFT is a piece of equipment or superpower in a game, I want to be able to lend it to a player who needs it for an sport contest, or if it's an expensive piece of digital art. I want to be able to break it down into small shares owned by hundreds of people that have market value and are tradable. Several projects are exploring this space, for example, Mutant Cats and Fractional.art. So he's also picking up other things from these blockchains, right? So he's seeing all these projects and all these blockchains, and also he is the managing director at Kronos Chain and Particle B. So really, if he sees some of these projects, maybe he might lend an ear to all these blockchain startups at Particle B. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not them or anything, you know what I mean? So they also asked about like AAA games and like where the blockchain-based gaming would go. Ken said, it would be totally great to bring the gaming community to Web3 with AAA games that integrate elements of blockchain. But I think that having dozens of casual games, mobile games, and fantasy sports games built on a blockchain would be pretty awesome too. Even no-loss lotteries are a fantastic idea, and I am surprised that they have not grown faster yet. And then Ishan Pandey, I know I'm butchering it, but please tell us a little bit about the platform and the Cosmos technology, which is more of an ecosystem of blockchains. Ken says, the vision that underpins the Cosmos ecosystem is that we are going to live in a multi-chain world. Now, this is important. Each chain with its own requirements and trade-offs. The Cosmos SDK makes it possible to quickly create and launch a new blockchain for a particular use case. With IBC, inter-blockchain communication, this new chain can also communicate with other Cosmos chains and even control and trade assets on other chains. So Cosmos makes it possible where like the interoperability with other Cosmos chains and even controlling it from a different blockchain by itself. So this really can change the game for some DeFi. Well, DeFi, GameFi, it's pretty neat. This vision is exciting because it creates a framework to bring any use case to the blockchain potentially, whether public transportation payments or games. But in the short term, it's really hard to beat the composability and boundless innovation that is enabled by the programmable smart contracts and tooling of Ethereum, which is true. So in the short term, they really do want to utilize Ethereum and all of its programmable smart contracts, so like an EVM chain, really. And our platform has opted for a practical approach to build an Ethereum-compatible chain now, but to build it on the Cosmos SDK to further explore the possibilities offered by Cosmos. This is possible thanks to an open-source project called Ethermint, which emulates the EVM on top of the Tendermint protocol. So yeah, they're trying to work the best of both worlds. Definitely for short term, they want to use Ethereum because, well, not only its popularity, but its innovation and its programmable smart contracts and the tools for Ethereum. But also long term, they also want to utilize Cosmos, the Cosmos SDK and other blockchains that are inevitably going to be built on Cosmos. So that's pretty neat. That's all he had to really say that was of importance to me. But that was at hackernoon.com. So check that out. Search like Ken Timist. Timist, I believe. No, Timsit. It says Timist in the this is Timist in the URL. But anyway, so let's go to the next bit of news. So Kronos Chain is excited to announce that they're backed. Decentral Games. Decentral Games has partnered with Kronos Chain, and that's just one essence of the gaming SDK. Like Decentral Games, from I believe they started on Ethereum or some EVM chains such as Polygon, and now they're porting over to Kronos Play and being part of the Kronos Chain. So that's pretty neat. And Yeah, so we might have some ice poker, play some poker, but that's actually really significant news. It shows that other chains are willing to come on to Kronos. And I mean, it's been updating back to back to back, but also the Kronos chain is also on Blockchain Game Alliance. Yeah, so hold on. B Game Alliance is proud to announce Kronos Chain as a new member. Kronos is a leading Ethereum compatible L1 blockchain backed by Crypto.com and have just launched Kronos Play, a suite of developer tools and services to streamline Web3 game deployment on Kronos. Now, that's just, underplaying it a little bit, but we can also utilize Cosmos' SDK. So we could also use Cosmos blockchains as well. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and look at the Blockchain Game Alliance website. Well, here it is. I mean, I'm just showing you the front page of it. The Blockchain Game Alliance is an organization committed to promoting blockchain within the game industry. Our goal is to spread awareness about blockchain technologies and encourage adoption by highlighting their potential to foster new ways to create, publish, play, and build strong communities around games. The BGA also provides an open forum for individuals and companies to share knowledge and collaborate, create common standards, establish best practices, and network. And let's also look at the members that are also into this. So, I mean, the BGA members, it goes on and on and on. Like, the page can't even refresh enough. But there's like some, like for instance, Engine or Sandbox Ultra, which is a game distribution platform, and there's so much more. There's also subgroups in here, reality gaming group, and all that jazz. So it's a pretty big deal. So yeah, go ahead check out the website blockchaingamealliance.org. But their mission. Well, hold on. So their mission is to raise awareness and accelerate adoption, encourage development of standards, and share best practices. So all these alliances, like all these blockchains and projects, are coming together and find like a set of rules, a set of protocols that they should follow, or like the best practices they could share, so they all can benefit from one another and advance public understanding and provide an open and inclusive platform for discussion and engagement. Now the board members, some are from Animoca Brands and the Sandbox, or there's some from Ultra Yield Guild Games, Ubisoft, Consensus, and Engine, but I could definitely see Kronos being a part of this board members. So we have to see. But other than that, that's all the news I had to really show you. So, I mean, what do I know anyway? I'm just keeping you guys up to date on the down low. But other than that, I guess I'll see you guys later.